Black people came to U Street because that was one of the nicest streets, and that's where people who thought something of themselves would go, on U Street.
Mostly blacks had all of U Street. That used to be bread and butter, and we used to have some well-dressed black men who used to dress up. U Street was not a heaven, but it was a place for all the blacks together.
This was the thriving community of the African American society and business-wise as well. My first job was at Industrial Bank of Washington, the only minority bank in the city at that time. After having been employed there for a very short time, you realize the importance of U Street, what we called our Black Broadway.
Jesse Mitchell, along with some of his friends in the U Street corridor, Tally Holmes, William Carter, and my father raised money to open Industrial Bank of Washington in 1934. The reason that my grandfather, Jesse Mitchell, opened the bank is not only was there not a black bank in Washington, D.C. at that time, but also that blacks were able to deposit money in majority banks, but they were not able to borrow.
This corridor was the place to open a business. If you wanted to go into a thriving community, a successful neighborhood, then it had to be U Street.
It was a place where the community was empowered. It was a place for fraternization, for the doctor, lawyers, and Indian chiefs of our community to join together and enjoy wonderful music. It was a place where there was great pride for our own talent, our own entertainment.
Because we had Hal Theater, we had the Cave, we had places to go. And we had to sit down and listen to jazz music. There's no more jazz now, it's boom, boom now.
You had a number of amazing artists. Duke Ellington had come back from New York and it started the whole big band jazz genre of music. You had wonderful artists like Billy Eckstine and Cap Calloway and Sarah Vaughan and all these amazing jazz artists that you definitely had to come to the Howard if you were going to go anywhere else. So it was the first major stop on the Chitlin circuit during that time.
When I used to go to the Lincoln Colonnade, I used to jitterbug and also waltz. And as I said, a lot of people would stop and watch me waltz.
And why, Granny?
Because they thought I was a pretty good waltzer.
The Black Broadway was an important era in Washington, D.C. because it was that moment in time and that place in the nation's capital, stuck between the North and the South, right in the middle of slave and free. It was that period of time when African Americans got their voice through the performing arts.
People talk about the Harlem Renaissance, but before there was a Harlem Renaissance, there was a Shaw Renaissance here in Washington, D.C.